Hello, welcome. This is Dacie's Plays. My name is Dacie, and today we're starting off on a bit of a sad note. We have Misty and Raven here grieving the loss of their parents, who just so happen to have died in a tragic house fire recently. And before they make their grand escape and go off and start their new life, just the two of them, they've decided to stop and grieve the loss of their parents. So, if you don't know, this is the Big Sister Challenge. If you don't know what the Big Sister Challenge is, I did explain it in the cast video, but I'll explain it again here in case you didn't see that or don't want to see that. Basically, this is the challenge where the parents are unfit or they die, and the children are left with alone, essentially. And the older sister decides to step up and take care of her younger sister. Whatever it takes, that she's going to do it to make sure her sister has the best life possible, including dropping out of high school, being on the run and trying to avoid adults as much as possible, only having $6,000 to their name. Right now, they have a lot of money to their name, but I'm going to change that because they're only left with $6,000, and the storyline I'm going with that is basically what they have in their inventory. It's not here now, but I'm going to add it. It's a tips jar along with a suitcase, a manga, and a photo memory keeper. It's all they have. Everything else has been destroyed. In that tips jar, she had $6,000 in it that she saved up over the years, and she's going to use that to give them their new fresh start. And okay, so here I'm just trying to turn back on the headline effects so I can show you guys that Ricky and Anita Cole, those are the names of their parents who have passed on. They're super sad, but we're about to go ahead and get a move on and go ahead and look at what's next for these two girls, because they have a long, they still have so much life left, and they can't, not move on, even though it's hard and they're sad. So here we see I've added that tip jar. This is a voice recording. I recorded this with sound, but apparently I recorded this whole thing but my mic muted, so I'm just, instead of redoing it, I just decided to do a little voiceover. So yeah, we're about to head off to Oasis Springs. See here that they are deeply sad, very sad. It's honestly concerning how sad they were in the beginning, because I was worried that they were gonna die from being, too sad, because that does happen in The Sims. I am thinking about getting a different loading screen, downloading a different loading screen. So let me know if you guys have any ideas of any cute ones that you guys would like to see. This is the trailer that they're gonna purchase. As you can see, she has all this money, but I'm going to deduct it. I'm going to deduct the amount that she paid for the house from $6,000, and that's how much money she's going to have left when it's done. So here I'm just seeing how much the house costs so I can write it down, so I can subtract it from the $6,000. Don't want to cheat too much in this challenge. I want to be genuine about how I go about this challenge. For the most part, the one thing I will say I'm probably going to cheat on is the no talking to adults, because it's so hard to not have my sim autonomously talk to adults, between the welcome wagon and the random people just coming up to your house and knocking on their door, to like when you go out in public places, your sims just queue up conversations with people. It's just hard to keep it from happening. But anyway, this is their trailer. It's a small 20 by 15 lot. It is a just a quaint little one-bedroom place, and I will be giving you guys a little tour here shortly. And here I'm just about to go ahead and cheat the money down. After doing the calculations, it was 317 simoleons that they were left with. So it's a big life adjustment. They went from, not wanting for money at all to $317. in an empty trailer. Mischief, do you want her to not like the mischief skill? Sure, she can dislike it, which is definitely probably going to cause some strife. You know, kids are mischievous, but you know. So this is the house. It's just a one bedroom, one little bathroom, little trailer. We do want to upgrade her to a double wide. See, right here we have her just autonomously going and talking to, who is that? Just a random, I think it's a father of a teenager that I've added into the world. And this right here was aggravating me. I kept getting phone calls from their deceased parents, which I'm not going to send their spirits. Well, if it becomes too annoying, I may release their spirits, because I do want them to visit the grave, and I do want them to mourn over the grave. So that's why I'm trying not to spend their spirits on. But the phone calls was too much. The invitations out was too much. See, right here we have another one, and I think it's because they're all they know. Those are the only two people they know right now. At this point, our main character does have two best friends, but I hadn't, you know, cheated up that relationship yet. So here I'm just showing you guys the neighborhood. There is just a random house. There's a little trailer park across the street, which I haven't added Sims yet at this point, but since the recording of this video, I have made some Sims to go in there. There's an apartment complex right there and a movie theater on this little street. So it's not the most high-end area, but you know, it's lively. It's not a deserted area. She can definitely start a life here, I would say, for sure. Okay, so right now I was just trying to figure out how to get her to drop out of school, and I ended up having to go online and search up how to do that, and she does need a computer to do that. So we will be going to the library later, either in this episode or in this part or in the next part. I believe it was this part though that I did it. Okay, so yes, I'm still just like trying to search for it, and then eventually it's like, you know what, let me just look online for this. It's time to get to the money. You know, it is already 6 o'clock, and we don't have nowhere to sleep. We don't have no food. We just, $300 is not going to get us very far in The Sims at all. So I'm about to start looking around for some collectibles. Give you guys a close-up on the beauty. You can't really see her too much in this lighting. Very well. I think I want you guys to see them both. That's what I'm doing here. Give you guys a good close-up on the girls. They're just so depressed, which is understandable. She has this weight of the world over on her shoulders, and she was just this carefree, rebellious teen, and now she has to be responsible for her younger sister. It's really like, it ain't easy. But she kind of, you know, chose this life on her own. She didn't want to be separated from her younger sister. Her sister looking at her like, girl, I need some fun. I need some food. You need to get to it. You need to get to it. Somebody got to provide for me. Somebody got to provide for me. So, yeah. Yeah, look at your funds. Yeah, get searching. Definitely get to searching. So, I think I was just trying to decide my next move. I probably had a whole commentary that I just do not remember what I was saying. Next episode, I would do better to make sure that I record as I'm playing. So she has the thrill seeker trait. Her aspiration as a kid is the rambunctious scamp. She likes the color blue, as you see her all blue little warm-up suit. Her sister Misty is a dance machine. She's relatable from teen aspiration. She's soft, and that's one of the custom traits that I downloaded. She has a lover and a jester archetype from the Wonderful Wilms mod, which I do love. It is the PG version of, you know, its big sister app, WW. That's all I'm gonna say, because I know YouTube doesn't like WW. So right now she has a live fast aspiration, and I really think I should change this now that she is, you know, a teen and dropping out. Now that she's essentially a teen mom, but she's not a teen mom. But now that she has to be responsible for her sister and she's just dropping out of high school, I feel like I need to cancel this, because there's things like, you know, get detention and or pull a prank at the school 3 times. Like, we can't complete those aspirations without cheating it. So I'm wondering if I should change it. I was thinking about maybe doing the world famous celebrity, since she does want to be a ballerina, and I've not even talked about that. We are 11 minutes in and I've not talked about that. If you've seen the Cats video, you know that her mom was a ballerina. Misty's mom was a ballerina, and she wants to be a ballerina. So the primary way that she's going to be getting money is going to be through dance videos, you know, doing ballet shows. I think I'm going to like create a group, and they're all going to be dancers, and they're going to put on performances essentially, and then she'll get like, you know, $100 for doing a show. I'm not going to be doing shows all the time, and she has to get to a certain level of, like, let's say celebrity status to even start getting these big gigs. And the higher celebrity status she gets, the more money I'll gift her, not pay her, essentially. That's the way I'm thinking about doing it, until she ages up into an adult. Then I want her to actually be a part of the ballerina career, because there is a career for ballerinas. I think she would just need to get her GED before she can join that, which we're going to have her work on while she's a teenager as well. So here, sorry about any background noise you may hear. I live in an apartment, so we do our best. Not sure what I'm trying to figure out right here. Oh, I'm trying to give her some fun, because the thrill seeker trait that she has, she gets angry when she is low on fun. Like, very angry when she's low on fun. So now I'm just had the big sister queued up to go collect a bunch of things. I'm about to have the little sister actually build a sand sculpture to get some of her fun up. And I think the addition of the sand building is one of the like cutest little updates that they've done in The Sims. Like, you know, when they brought it with Solani, you know, being able to build sand sculptures on the beach was really cool. When they added the feature to be able to like make it compatible on any desert sand, like just any sand period, that was goated, I think. And we're just watching Raven, making sure she's okay as Misty goes through and does what she does. She is so sad, walking so slow. But girl, you gotta pick your chin up. You gotta take care of this. You gotta take care of Raven. This is the life you have chosen, my girl. Here she's just extracting some minerals. See what she gets. And we're gonna get some frogs. Oh, this part right here was so crazy and random. I didn't realize that this lot had a dog friendly and cat friendly strays, and I didn't realize that was going on. And while I do love dogs and I do want to get pets, I do want them to get pets at some point when they're a little bit more situated, at this point I was just really like, are you kidding me? Like, are you really kidding me? So now I'm just picking out different traits, choosing good schools. I think I changed Sunny Aspect. I'm pretty sure I choose homely in, I think, teen neighborhood, I believe is what I choose. Because, yeah, it makes more sense for random teens to show up than random pets. And let me tell you, I had a time with these pets. Like, as you saw, the big sister is out. As you can see, the big sister is out, and yeah, so having a bunch of dogs around a child that is unsupervised, like, and these are big dogs, like, there's nothing wrong with big dogs. I have a big dog. I have a boxer whom I love, but that is just insane to leave a child unsupervised around a bunch of dogs. Like, here I was saying that if you guys want to do add the simple living trait, please let me know and we'll add it. Right now I'm not going to add it because I feel like the challenge, this is my first challenge, this is my first like YouTube sim thing ever, so I didn't feel like I needed to add every element of like challenge to this Let's Play. Maybe in the future I will go all out and do like the James Turner, like every look when he, what was it, when he did every like lot challenge and he had to like get promotions to remove them. Maybe one day I'll do something like that, but for now we're just keeping it simple. So yeah, right now I'm just making her go in the house because I was trying to get her safe from the dogs basically, and I was about to queue up Misty to come see about these dogs, and because I didn't want to just delete them, it felt really wrong. And here I was getting distracted by selling the lemons, and I realized that some strays just completely just let themselves in the house. I did not know they did this. I thought you had to greet them for them to come in. At this point I just had to pause it because I saw the third dog coming in. Like, it looks like she is getting jumped by dogs. Like, there's, first of all, why is this stray in a t-shirt? Okay, this dog, no dog is a stray that is in a t-shirt. That dog got out of the house and went to go do hood rat stuff with his friends, because ain't no way he is straight with a shirt on. So at this point I just thought it was safer just to get Raven out of the house, because these dogs are legit in the house, sleeping in the house, like laid out, sprawled out in the house. And I was trying to get Misty to hurry up and finish, but at the same time I didn't want her to stop because we needed the money and there's only a few more things. Look, it was questionable. This is Sims. In real life I would drop whatever I'm doing to go protect my sister from some dogs. Not that she would need protecting because she loves dogs, but that's not neither here nor there. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was more concerned. I don't know. It was just all too much. The dogs, at this point I saw the dogs coming out and I was like, are the dogs following her? But then he just laid down and I was like, cool. Really just needed to get that last dog out and lock the door from dogs at this point. And then Misty's just slowly chugging along, trying to collect things that she needs to collect. And you see Misty has just decided to work on some of her homework, and it is dark outside. It is 10 o'clock at night and Misty is still collecting stuff while her sister is like been chased out of the house by some random dogs. Like, if this isn't a synopsis of like what it would actually be for a big sister to you know, be raising her younger sibling in just total chaos, especially that first date. Like, she don't know what she's doing. She just doing the best that she can, and it's not good. But she gonna learn. She gonna get her parenting skill up. We gonna get her some parenting books, and she gonna learn. Right here, I had the bright idea of, okay, maybe if I have these dogs be adopted, they will disappear. They will leave because they're no longer stray. But sure enough, that did not work. He still said stray. I tried to reset him to see if that would work, since I had him to be adopted, and it still did not work. These dogs refused to leave. I mean, they're really cute, and I do want to get them a dog eventually at some point. I've actually, since recording this video, added in an animal shelter, and my sim self is running it. Super cute, and with a bunch of puppies. So eventually we will get there, and we will have her adopt, you know, some pets. But until then, you know, we just don't. Right here, I'm passing the frogs to the children. If you didn't know, children and toddlers can breed frogs. So it's just a quick way to run up some money, just by passing the frogs along, or breeding enough frogs where everybody have their own set of frogs. Constantly have, you know, like, just like a little kind of constant source of income. Here we have Misty finally showing up, finally chewing away all the dogs, trying to. They're not really going anywhere. Like, it's not working at all. At this point, I think I just get frustrated and just send them both inside. You know, lock the door for all dogs, specifically dogs, because I was just so frustrated at this point. And bringing Misty inside quickly. We move quickly when it comes to getting out away from these dogs. We're just surrounding the house. It's like, I recently just watched Black Summer, and this reminds me so much of that scene where, like, the zombies were just like surrounding the diner they were in, and every time they would come out or make a noise or whatever, the zombies would just come running. So at this point, I'm trying to see what bed I can afford. I really want I've decided upon instead of getting 2 singles, I decided just to get 1 double for now, because the price of a single, the lowest price of a single versus the price of the double air mattress, it's only like a few simoleons different, so I might as well just get the double air mattress. And the reason why I didn't get the double uncomfortable mattress from City Living, even though that one's cheaper, is because it is uncomfortable. I want them to have, you know, somewhat relief. Like, this is still a cheap mattress, but it's better than that one. Changed it to yellow because why not? They're girls, let it be cute. And adding here, I'm just adding a little bit of lighting. Please excuse that noise if you just heard it. That was my dog. I really was thinking about doing some candles, but then I realized, you know, you don't really have anywhere to put the candles, so maybe just get a floor lamp. Does anybody else do that? The swirling their mouse around when they're looking for something, like just like constantly like moving their mouse around the screen. As I'm watching back, it's a little annoying, but can't help it. So I ended up getting this little 65. I was gonna get this one because I thought it was cuter, but it didn't. This one let off so much more light than that one, so I just went with this one. And it had yellow, which, you know, neither of their favorite colors are yellow. Misty likes purple and black, and Raven likes blue, so neither of their favorite colors are. And then I noticed she left her homework out here. I was highly annoyed that she left her homework out there, and I was gonna send Misty out to get it, but it wouldn't let her pick it up, and it wouldn't let me just drag it to the inventory because it was out of the lot. So the only way for her to get it was to put it in her inventory. But then I decided, you know, it is 12 a.m. Maybe we don't send her back out there with the dog still waiting. Okay. So at this point, Misty's had a little energy, so I'm sending her out to plant this little lemon. I think the reason why I went ahead and did it instead of letting her sleep is because I was worried that the dogs were going to eat the lemon. I don't know. They were being a menace. And now here I'm just going out and looking to see if there's any more collectibles because, you know, they need a shower, they need a toilet, they need so much. They're hungry. Here I was very weirded out because we have this random lady who is, I think she's supposed to be working in a stall, but there is no stall. So it looks like she's just like coercing people to come this way with this dust cloud that looks like red ominous mist, and she's like summoning you to come this way, follow the mist. Like it looks like she's trying to call people to their death. Nonetheless, I had Misty brave it up and come and grill some hot dogs, I believe, because those are the cheapest thing to grill. Because I wanted Raven to wake up to some food. I didn't want her to wake up to hunger. So I'm just speeding up real quick so Misty can hurry up and get to this grill. Her needs are in the floor. Like, this challenge so far is not going great. I spent like so much time distracted by them doggone dogs that I wasn't really like focused on anybody's needs. I was just focused on protecting Raven from the dogs, but not even really focused on protecting Raven from the dogs because I was more concerned with getting the money. Like, I don't know. This first day was just a mess. But you know, it's a new day now. We got some food, we got a little bed, we got some money in our pocket. It's a better day. Do you guys remember when you could just sell the capsules without opening them? Like, they would sell for about, I think, like 70 simoleons, and then when you which was sometimes more worth it. Sometimes when you open it, the thing inside would be way less than 70. So this time I got lucky. 125. Yes, that was just what I needed to go ahead and get a little shower. I debated between getting a kitchen and getting a shower, a bathroom first, but I decided, since there is that grill right there, that, you know, it just makes sense to just go ahead and start with the bathroom first. Let my girl take care of some of her needs. Her sister can wake up to some hot dogs on the floor. Very sad, but you know, it is what it is. The dogs have finally left. She can go get her homework out. And look at little sculptures, a little turtle. Very cute. Like I said, I really like that update. Honestly, it would be cool if they added, like, to the snow, like they made it like you can do snow sculptures the way, you know, they do sand sculptures. That would be very cute too. Alright, so Raven is up. Misty is slow walking her way to the toilet because she's doing the potty walk. We're just gonna let her do what she do. Maybe she makes it, maybe she don't. Who knows with the Sims. And so Raven is just helping herself to some breakfast of some, you know, floor hot dogs. Okay, so time skip here, and Misty has finally made it to the bathroom. Raven is out collecting her homework. They are fed, they are good. Gonna let Misty get some sleep since she was out all night, you know, cooking and providing, as she should. You know, her life has just done a complete 180. Look at her fun. Her fun is in the tank. And here we have her acting crazy because she has no fun. Like, her fun is in the tank because, and she's angry about that because of the thrill-seeking trait. And that is a custom trait as well. Here I'm just checking the map one more time to see if there's anything to collect really quick. Always gotta stay out on the lookout always got to stay on the lookout for collectibles until, you know, we get our money up. Then we won't have to worry about that. You know, she needs to, in order to do what she wants to do, you know, video stream her dances, she needs to, you know, be able to afford a video station. I also want her to do pottery for, you know, money, but until we can afford to get the pottery station, this is what we're gonna do. So at this point, with her fun being what it was, I just decided to take them to a little park. I was looking to see if there was a computer. That's the whole reason why I took them to the park. It's just, I don't know why I thought there would be a computer at the park, but I figured it was worth a shot just to look and see. I'm just showing you guys the map. I added a bunch of lots, pretty much changed every lot except for like 2 of the houses. I definitely kicked out just about every pre-made sim in this save file. There's a couple of them that I kept, and I just added sims to them, or I just like changed their look up, their style up. I just want my townies to be cute. So I'm definitely gonna have this little girl go ahead and play, and yeah, just go play, cause you been wilding this entire episode. You've been wilding, from dealing with the dogs to just being angry. Here I'm having a Misty like do some self-care, you know, conceal some of her acne, brush her teeth, wash her hands a couple of times, get that hygiene up a little bit, because we are gonna go hit up her friend's house after this. So 1, so I can go ahead and cheat their friendships, but 2, so she can go ahead and drop out of high school, because it is Sunday and I don't want it to populate for her to have to go to school tomorrow. Look at her, so cute and sad and dirty, just having a time of it. I really hate that the wash face animation is the powder, or was that the conceal acne animation? I don't know, but I think the wash face is also a powder like that too. There are some mods to change that, but I'm trying not to overwhelm my mods folder with all these small mods. But I already have a lot of small mods and a lot of, you know, a good bit of Max's Match CC. I am a Max's Match girl, if you could not tell. I wasn't before. I was mostly all alpha, but my computer specs are not good enough for the alpha CC to show up the way that it's supposed to. Like, it always has like a glare over it, and it just doesn't look cute like how it does in other people's game. And if it wasn't gonna look cute, I wasn't gonna do it. So decided to stick with Max's Match, because at least like I don't have to worry about it things being too high poly or whatever to where it doesn't just show up at all. I'm just looking around. There's some teenagers here that I thought about go ahead and taking the time to introduce her to them, but I pretty much opted out of that, I think, and just decided to focus on getting her fun up a little bit now that her hygiene is up. And then she's just dancing here. I am going to mute the music so you guys will not hear it, because I don't have time for YouTube trying to give me no copyrights. I just started and we ain't trying to get there. But look at my girl. She just acquired the dancing skill, and we going straight to the top of this dancing stuff. Like, we going straight to the top. I'm talking music videos. I have ideas to, like, you know, do little machinimas of like ballet performances, music video opportunities she'll get paid for, you know, just other little things as her fame gets up there. And this is a teenager who I thought about, I really considered introducing her to, but then she left and I was just like, you know, it's fine, don't have to worry about it anyway. Came back over to check on Raven, and she was doing fine. Saw that her fun was good, but her bladder was low, so letting her use the bathroom, and then we're gonna go over to our friend's house finally. A little celebrity action going on in the bathroom. If you spot Jessica, that was actually the sim that I made adopt the dog. Just wondering how that's going. She has a toddler. I made her. I was gonna do like a single mom co-parenting thing, but I decided, nah, this is more fun. Big sister challenge is way more fun. But I still made her and put it in the world just to fill out my world. Okay. So Raven has done what she needed to do in the bathroom. So now we're just gonna go travel to both of the friends' house real quick, and then that is pretty much gonna be the video. So they both live in Brindleton Bay. That's her friends both live in Brindleton Bay. That's also where she formerly lived. As you can see on the screen, there is also where the Hound's Head Mansion was. That's where the graveyard that we just were at, that she was mourning her friends. This is the Cannon residence and the Reen residence. We're just gonna travel there right now. They put her in Scouts. I changed this. I think off camera I went back in and changed that. Like, she wouldn't be in Scouts. I put her in Drama Club, I believe, because she's a singer. She loves music. She loves singing. So I imagine her being a part of the drama department, but mostly being like just into the, music of it all. So I guess you could see that's how they fit with their friend group, because her and Ivan, is that his name? I believe that's his name. We're going to see it in a minute when we go over there. They are both dancers, and she is the musician. That's her bedroom right there. I didn't change mostly anything in this whole house except for her bedroom. Here's her mom ghost calling them again for the millionth time this part. And here we have our best friend. We're going to have them introduce each other, and then I'm going to go ahead and cheat the relationship. And here I was just searching for a computer. At first I got really worried that there was no computer in this house, because I knew for sure that there wasn't a computer in the next house. And I was thinking, like, we ain't gonna be able to get this girl out of school for nothing, this part, apparently. But then I noticed the office in the front and was able to get her to drop out. And it was kind of daunting dropping out. And they were just like, you cannot re-enroll once you drop out. Like, ooh. That little pop-up was a little scary. Looks like Raven has introduced herself and Misty. So we're going to go ahead and cheat this relationship between Haley and Raven. I put it on 60 just so they are best friends, but like, I don't know, it just felt, since I was cheating, I'll let their friendship progress on its own. I mean, at current, they're her only friends. So, best friends, only friends, yeah, same thing. So here it says, are you sure you want to drop out? Once you do this, you can't re-enroll. And it made me stop and think for a second, but, that's a challenge. That's a challenge. It's a challenge. But she can get her GED later on. And she was very sad about, I didn't realize how sad dropping out was going to make her. Like, she was worried that she was disappointing her family. Like, even though, they've passed on, she just, I guess how I want to say it for storyline purposes is that she just really wants to do good and really wants to make them proud and take care of Raven the best she can. The way that, raise Raven as closely to the way that her parents would have wanted her to raise, her. It says here, am I good enough? Which is so sad. This is crazy. Like, a fire happening. Literally, Haley's dad being on fire when Raven and Misty's parents, both of their parents, just died in a fire. So that is just too much, too close to home, too crazy. So I had Misty crazy. So I had Misty put out the fire because, there's no way I'm about to let her lose her parent by fire. The same episode that they lose their parents by fire. That's crazy. So here I have Raven putting out the fireplace before we leave to the next place, because like it's too much trauma, like too much trauma. Like I know they probably have, if they don't already, they should have a fear of fire for real, because seeing your parents die in a fire, then seeing your best friend's dad get caught on fire, that's too much. It's too much.
I bet so.
So now we're at the Cannon residence. We're going to meet Ivan. And I would say that they are the closer to out of the friend group. Like she's closer to Ivan than she is to Haley. You know, in a 3-person friend group, there's always the 2 that are more close. It's just how it goes. But they don't leave Haley out, of course not. But Ivan has his own little, you know, ballet bar. I was trying to click on it so I can show you guys how it worked, but it wasn't working, so I just didn't worry about it. And he has his little speakers, and that's just his little practice setup area. He will be in our dance troupe when we form it eventually. I went ahead and cheated their friendship, and we got out of there. No need to dilly daddle. We, you know, we've done what we came to do. And we're going back home. Finally, it's been a long, long day. For sure. And we will be inviting Ivan and Haley over to spend the night sometimes. I do have the Control Any Sim mod in my game, so I will be controlling them, you know, just have them have like a little sleepover nights, you know, once we have a fully functional kitchen and, you know, the bedroom is set up to where, you know, Raven, how I'm thinking it's going to be is Raven's going to have her own bedroom, and Haley is going to mostly live out of the living room area until we can get a second room added onto the trailer. Here I'm just passing frogs over to Misty, so she can also breed her own frogs. And this is gonna be a good steady source of income. You know, $100 a frog, not bad. And here I'm just unpacking Misty's inventory. This is a functional suitcase, which is very, very cool. This is a manga, which is also a little small random mod and very cute. And here we have a teen that I assume a neighbor, probably from the apartment building next door. She's just coming to introduce herself, seems like. So I really want her to meet her because, you know, the whole thing is she's not supposed to talk to. Then she just let herself in, and that was weird. I don't like the fact that the Sims let this happen. And she's just sitting on my bed, like, I don't know. I still was friendly to her, but like, it gave off very weird, like, you're too comfortable vibes. Here is another teen, a cute, handsome boy who, I don't know. Let me know if you guys think Misty should show some interest in him or not. She has her priorities focused on her sister, but she does want to find love. She does want to have a great teen romance that maybe turns into a forever romance, maybe into heartbreak. Who knows? Probably most likely heartbreak, because that's how most teen relationships end up. But yeah, I did not realize I was recording for this long. Like, I obviously was having fun playing, because I obviously was having fun playing, because I did not realize that I recorded this long. So I went ahead and had her scavenge a little bit off camera, and Ivan asked her if they wanted to be best friends, which I just thought just fit the storyline so well with them being, you know, closer, a little bit closer. Here is the annoying welcome wagon. I was thinking about entertaining it because I thought maybe some of the teenagers that I put in the world would show up, but they were all adults, so I just ended it. And nobody brought any of the fruit cake. Like, where was that good fruit cake that we all love in The Sims? Okay, so after sending them away, I decided to do the no trespassing because I'm tired of people just coming in. Other than, like, you know, if it was my friends. Here I'm just selling all the things that she found and collected so we can try to get some money. And the fossil turned out to be worth quite a bit, so I was able to actually put in a shower. And yeah, which I'm super proud of. This first episode, already able to put a shower in, put a toilet in, you got a bed. Like, it just, I was having a good time playing, which is why this video's part so long. All the other parts will probably not be this long unless, you know, I just am having a good time playing then too. But I don't plan for all my parts to be this long. So if you don't like longer videos, don't worry, they will not all be this long. But if you do like longer videos, please comment and let me know, and then I'll just keep, you know, letting it do what it do, because that's honestly what happened. Is I meant for this part to only be like 20 minutes, and I just was having so much fun. So I got the little bathroom, super cute. And I think at this point I finally noticed the hot dog, so I went back into build mode and I added a sink over a trash can because I just felt like a sink was multi-purpose, multifunctional. You know, instead of just having a trash can that is only for dishes, at least this sink can be used, you know, for other things. Like doing her acne care, because homegirl's face is breaking out bad, and I think it's all from the stress of all her new responsibilities, along with just being consistently dirty. I mean, they were rich, so she probably wanted for nothing, probably had the best of everything, to being flat broke and being dirty for several days before they were able to get their own shower. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the part here. I'm just taking care of some of their needs, getting them together, so hopefully next part we can start them out on a better note. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see going on in this challenge. Let me know what you guys think of her being a ballerina / you know, pottery lover for her main source of incomes. Let me know what you guys think we should work on next with the house. I'm thinking the kitchen, but I'm open to hear suggestions about maybe doing the bedroom first, but I'm thinking the kitchen. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.